Yes, sir.
Okay, so can we start? Why very less number of students logged in so far?
Don't know, sir. Maybe because the Gmail was so late, no, sir, yesterday.
What?
Sir, you sent a mail late, no, sir, yesterday night.
Oh, that okay. But I put in WhatsApp group also, no?
Sir, actually there is also physics class going on.
Physics class is also going on.
Yes, sir.
No, but this is our timing, no?
I don't know exactly, sir, but ma'am has started at 9:30. I don't know till when.
Oh. Okay, fine. Okay, we'll discuss something more about abstract classes and polymorphism and other things. So these are the topics that we'll be discussing in today's session. We'll be discussing something more about the signature of a method. What is the signature of a method? Followed by that, we'll be discussing over methods which we already discussed, but still we'll discuss some more on that. And then we'll be discussing how to create array of objects. So far we have created only individual objects. So here we'll be discussing how to create array of objects, and then we'll be discussing, once again we'll be discussing some more details of the class object. And there is an operator in Java called instance of operator. What is that operator? How it works? So we'll try to discuss these things in today's session. Okay. So coming to the signature of a method, could someone say what is the signature of a method? Yes. What is the method signature?
Parameters or arguments.
See, actually, signature of a method, it includes only two things. It includes method name and parameters, right? Return type is not a part of the signature. Okay. So a method signature means it includes the method name and the list of parameters, right? Okay, with this knowledge, let us proceed. So you know that you cannot have two methods with the same name and signature. Signature itself means it includes method name and parameter. So you know that there cannot be two methods with the same method signature in a class. Okay, if you try to create two methods with the same signature, then it will create error. For example, consider this method. Int sum method, it takes three parameters, one int, a double, and a string. And there is another method, short sum method, and this method also takes three parameters. They are int, double, and string. So now my question is, do these methods has the same signature or not? Yes or no?
No.
No, please think and answer. What is the signature? What is the method signature?
Method name plus parameters.
Method name plus parameter. Okay.
Parameter.
So yeah. So you see these two methods. Is their name is same or not?
Yes.
You see the parameters. Parameter in the sense not parameter name, parameter type. See this parameter types, is it same or not?
Yes.
And its order, is it same or not?
Yes.
Yes. So then these two methods have the same signature or not?
Yes.
They have the same signature. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting? See, what is the method signature? This is the definition. Method signature means method name plus parameters. Parameters means basically it represents the type and the order. That is in what order it is coming. So that is what it shows. So the point is these two methods, some method and this method, they both have the same name, and also they have the same types of parameters, which means that there is some I'm hearing some echo. From your side you can mute the speaker. Okay, there is a symbol here, you can see. Please mute it. Only if it is required you can switch it on and speak to me, right? Please take care of that. So you please answer me now. Methods has the same signature or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. And the point is that you cannot have multiple methods with the same signature in a same class. It will create error. Okay. Now, could someone recollect the definition of method overloading? What is meant by method overloading? What is method overloading? Anybody? What is
Can
method
have
overloading?
method by the same name but differ in the signature.
Differ in the signature.
same class.
Okay, but you cannot have two methods with the same name and same signature. So that is the point here. But you see this method. Now you see this method, int sum method, int x double y and string z, and see this method, short sum method double a double d string c. Their signature is differing or not? These two, this method and this method, do they have
Yes, sir.
signature or different signature?
Different signature.
Different signature, because they differ in what? Differ in the parameters.
Sir, parameter type. Yes, sir.
Yeah, parameter type. So this is acceptable, whereas this combination is not acceptable. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So that is what I'm trying to re-insist. So already you know that, but still we are re-emphasizing here that a method signature includes only the method name and the parameter type and the ordering. It doesn't even the parameter. Okay, so parameter can have different names. That is not the question, but the type and the ordering is important. Okay. Now try to answer this question. See this question at the bottom. Do these two methods have different signatures? They have different signatures or not?
Yes, sir.
The signature is same or different?
Same.
Different.
Different, sir.
Different. Who said same?
Double.
It is not same. It is different. How it differs?
Double shot.
No,
So
double.
parameter type.
String.
See,
Double shot.
return type is not a part of the signature at all. That's what we are discussing. Return type is not a part of the signature. How it differs?
So in parameter type, sir.
In parameter type, in the first method it is int and string, whereas in the second method it is int and
double.
double. So this is where it differs. Okay, please note it down. Okay, now we'll move to the next topic. So already we are discussing about abstract class. So in our understanding of abstract class, we will add one more point. It is that it is an error if a child defines a method with the same signature as a parent method, but with a different return type. So already with respect to abstract class, we discussed several features of an abstract class. So here we are adding one more feature. It is an error if a child defines a method with the same signature as a parent method, but with a different return type. So what is the definition of an abstract class? What's the definition of an abstract class?
It should contain at least one abstract method.
Yeah, it should contain at least one abstract method. And what is an abstract method?
Which has only declaration.
Yeah, which is only declared and it is not defined. Okay.
Fine.
And where it will be defined? It will be defined in the
Subclass.
Okay. If it is not defined, then the subclass also will become abstract.
Abstract.
And all abstract classes should be started with the keyword abstract. So these are the things we have discussed. So here it is an error. What is an error? If a child defines a method with the same signature as a parent method, but with a different return type. Assume that in the parent class, there is some, say I'm creating a class, abstract class parent, okay? Here I'm writing a method, void method, and it is abstract method. I'm making it as abstract void sum method, and I'm writing another class child extends parent. Here what I'm doing is, instead of void I'm writing int sum method. Some method. It's not a, and I'm writing some, it is not an abstract method. I'm writing some code here, whatever it may be. Okay. Actually, this is not legal. You cannot do this. This will create error. So this statement will create error. So you cannot do something like this. That is what this point says. It is an error if a child defines a method. Child defines a method with the same signature as the parent method. These two methods have the same signature or not? Yes or no? Answer.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Why it has same signature? Because it has
Sir,
same
because
name and parameters list.
sir.
Okay. But it is differing where it is differing with the return type. Okay.
In type.
So it is an error if a child defines a method with the same signature as a parent method, but with a different return type. So that is not acceptable. So that's the point. Okay. So now you see this code. Assume there is a parent class like this, abstract class parent, and there is an abstract method, public abstract int compute, and it takes two arguments, int x comma string j. Okay. See, once again you can put in the group. If somebody want to join, let them join, right? Just somebody please inform in the group, because only 8 students are here. I think only 7 are here. So okay. See, here there is an abstract class parent which has an abstract method, public abstract int compute int x comma string j. Okay. Now you should tell me whether this child has properly implemented this, properly redefined this abstract method or not. It has correctly overriding the parent abstract method or not. Is this correct or not? That the class child extends parent public double compute int x comma string j. Is it correct or not correct? Correct or not correct? Answer please.
Correct, sir.
Correct.
So,
who is saying correct? See, what we are discussing, just see this, read this statement. It is an error if a child defines a method with the same signature as a parent method but with a different return type. These two methods, this method and this method, do they have the same signature or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. But what about the return type? Is it same or different?
Different
Different.
return types, sir.
Return type, is it same or different?
Different.
Different.
Different. And what this statement says?
It will create an
It's
error.
an error.
It is an error if a child defines a method with the same signature as a parent but with a different return type.
Return type.
So is this correct or not correct?
Not correct.
Not
Not
correct. You
correct.
cannot do this. If you want it to be correct, then what you have to do?
Sir,
Different.
change.
Return
Double
type.
should be to int, sir.
Yeah, double should be changed to int. You cannot do something
Yes.
like this. In the abstract class, you are saying the return type is int, but here you cannot make it to double. Here also it should be int only.
Int.
Is it clear? Yes? Or
Yes, sir.
that's the point. Okay. So, see here, there is another question. So this is the answer for the previous question. It is an error. Here is another question which you have to tell. See, in the super class, in the parent class, there is an abstract method of this format: public abstract int compute with two arguments, int x and string j. Okay. So this is what in the parent class. Now, what are the possible ways the child can redefine this method? Either the child can redefine or it can create a new compute method. You have to tell out of these possibilities which is correct and which is not correct. The answer can be any one of this. This statement may either override this particular method which is defined in the parent class, okay, which is overriding. What is overriding? What is overriding? Someone can answer.
Same method name but different signatures.
No, that is overloading. What is overriding?
Parameters are different.
No. Please don't confuse. What is method overriding? See, overloading is providing multiple methods with the same name and different signature. That is in the same class. What is overriding? Can someone define method overriding?
Providing multiple methods with the same name and with the same signature.
In the same signature. Where? In
the super and subclass.
In the super
In
class.
the same super and subclass.
Yeah, in the super class and in the subclass. Good. Method overriding. So these answers, no. Here, whatever the possible answers, it is given here. So the answer may be either it may override that superclass method, or it may add an additional method. It is not going to override. It may add an additional method, new method, okay, or it may be an error. So you have to tell whether this statement will override the superclass compute, or it will create a new method, or it will create error. That is what your job is. See, please see the superclass abstract method clearly. It is abstract method. Its return type is int. Its name is compute, and it has two parameters. One is int, the other one is string. Now see this. Int x and string j. If this is what I write here in the subclass, what it will do? Will it override or it will create a new method? It will create error.
Override.
It will override. Good, correct. So you can see here the answer. So actually this is the answer. It is override. Fine, great. What about this? If instead of this, if you give this public int compute, so why it is override? Because everything is same. Method name is same. The parameters are same. Return type is same. So it is overriding. Okay. See, public int compute int stuff string str. What it will do? It will override or it will create a new method or error.
New method.
Pardon?
New method.
Why you are telling new method?
Sorry, it's override. I
It's
was checking
override.
about the.
It's override. It's override. Please understand. But there is a difference. What is the difference here in these two? Only in the parameter name it is different. It is X here, it is stuff. Here it is J, here it is str. But is there any change in the name, parameters and return type? Is there any change?
No.
No. So it will
No.
have to override. Is it okay? So let us see. It overrides. Okay. Parameter name doesn't matter. Just their types. We are not bothered about the parameter name. We are only bothered about the types. Okay. Now see this. See this carefully. Public int compute int x string j. What it will do? See one thing. Here the C compute C is cast here. So what it will do? Will it override or it will create a new method or is error?
New method.
New method. Yes, it creates a new method. This is not going to override this compute method of the parent class, but it creates a new method because it's entirely the name is different. It is not the same as this compute. It is some other compute, right?
Yes, sir.
So it creates an additional method. Additional method. Notice that's capital C. Okay. And here, if we write this statement, public int compute string j int x. What it will do? Will it? So here you see here it
Error,
is
sir.
and string, here it is string and int. So what it will do? It will override, or will it create additional method or error?
Error.
Pardon?
Error, sir.
Error.
Yes, sir.
So no, you tell me why it is error.
Sir, because parameters are not in order, no, sir.
Parameters are not in order means what? It is. What is the definition of overloading? Recall the definition of overloading.
Same parameter.
Having same method with different signature.
Different signature. So these two methods are same, but they differ in what?
Signature.
Signature. So this will not create error, but rather it will what? It will be an additional method. Are you getting? Are you getting or not? It is equivalent to overloading.
Yes, sir.
It is equivalent to overloading. So it will not create error. It is additional method, different parameters. See
Yes,
the
sir.
last case. Public double compute int x string j. Everything is same. The return type is different. What it will do? Override or additional or error? Yes.
Creates an error.
It creates an error. Why? Why? Justify the
It's the
answer.
return type.
Yeah,
Return
return
type.
The
type. That
return
is
type
what
is
today's
different.
class we are discussing. This is the key takeaway of today's class. Please note down. It is an error if a child defines a method with the same signature as a parent method, but with a different return type.
Return type.
It's not allowed. So this will create an error. Is it clear? If the signature is same, the return type must also match the parent, right? So that's what about this. Okay. So now we'll go back to that card class and we will do something on that. See, already we created the class card, you know that, and the class card has 3 subclasses like Valentine, holiday, and day. Now what we are going to do is we are going to add some more subclasses to the class birthday. So the class card has 3 subclasses: Valentine, birthday, and holiday. So those Valentine and holiday also will be there. Okay, we won't disturb that, but we are going to further extend the birthday class. For birthday, we need to create 2 subclasses. One is youth birthday, the other one is adult birthday. Okay. So in the class birthday, what we will do is we will add constructor and the constructor will get the recipient's name, and it will just pass it on to the superclass. That's what it will do. And then we override the greeting method. If you remember, the card class is abstract class. Remember, the card class is an abstract class. It has a greetings method, and that greeting method is available everywhere. And it will be available in the birthday. So that will be overriding in youth birthday and also in adult birthday. In youth birthday, we will add this line. You have grown, like that. Okay. So first we will call the greeting method of the birthday class, which will greet. Followed by that, in youth birthday, we will write this. That is, here, first we will write in the greeting method of youth birthday, first we write super.greeting, which will call the superclass greeting method. And then we will write this, you have grown. Similarly, in the adult birthday greeting method, first we will call super.greeting, which will display whatever is in the greeting, and then we will display you haven't changed at all, like that. Okay. So I have already written the code. You can see this. So if some of you have forgotten what is the content, you can recollect. So there is a class card. It has one variable recipient, and it has an abstract method greeting. Similarly, we have subclasses like Valentine card. So it has a constructor which initializes the recipient, and it says, hey recipient, Valentine greeting. Similarly, it does for birthday greeting and holiday greeting. Now we are going to extend the birthday. We are going to create two more subclasses for the class birthday. So what we are doing is class youth birthday extends birthday, youth birthday string recipient super REC. So super means it will pass on to the super class, which is birthday. It will come here, okay, and recipient will be assigned with R, right? That is what it does. And greeting method of the youth birthday, first we super dot greeting. So super class is birthday. So birthday class is what? So it will display hey recipient, the name of the recipient, and then it will display it is a birthday greeting. After doing that, we display you have grown a lot, something like that. Okay. Similarly, we create a class called adult birthday. Class adult birthday extends birthday. Adult birthday, it receives the recipient's name super of REC. So that who is the super class? Birthday is the super class. Recipient will be assigned with that whatever the variable you are sending, or the name you are sending. Here we are overriding the greeting method. First we are calling super.greeting. So super class is birthday class, and it will say hey recipient birthday greeting, and followed by that we are displaying you have grown. Okay. So this is what the program is. So here the code is there. Okay. So after that also actually I have added something. So I will comment those things to avoid confusion. So you can see this is the actual code. Up to this, it was the previous code up to this. Okay. Here I added new things. CD. So up to here it is the previous code. This statement is newly added. CD. What is CD? CD is a reference of the superclass. Okay, card is the supermost class, abstract class. CD is a reference, and CD is equal to new youth birthday some name ASFJ. So name will be assigned with ASFJ. CD dot greeting. Could someone say what it will display? Could someone say what it will display? Are you following or not? Hello? Can someone say what?
Yes, sir.
See, it will call the constructor of the youth birthday, right? And youth birthday it will in turn call the constructor of birthday. Super means its super class is birthday class. So the recipient name will be assigned with whatever the name you are sending here. What you are sending here? It is ASFG. So the recipient name will be assigned with ASFG. Okay. And then here we are calling what? CD dot greeting. So CD is pointing to where? Youth birthday. Okay. So CD dot greeting will call the greeting of youth birthday, right? And here what we are calling super dot greeting. So what is the super class? Birthday. So it will display hey recipient. What is the recipient name in our case? What's the recipient name? What's the recipient name?
ASFG.
ASFG. So it will display hey ASFG, happy birthday. Display it on the super class, and then again the control will come to the youth birthday, and here it will display you have grown. Is it clear? Similarly, it will display for CD is equal to new adult birthday ZXGH CD dot greeting. It will display hey ZXGH happy birthday. You are the same. Okay, you are not, you are very same, something like that. Okay. So let me compile this. Okay. So I will share this code. You can check it. So we are running out of time. See, last class I asked you to try a program. I think nobody has sent that. Anybody tried or not? Anybody tried? No. None of you has tried?
Sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir, I've tried it.
Who is that? What's your name? Niharika?
Niharika, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, but you have not sent the code.
I cannot call the method, sir. Abstract method. I'm getting error.
No, abstract method you have to
Is
redefine in the
fast.
subclass. Then only you can call. Okay. You cannot call directly, no. See, even if it is a wrong program, you can send it. I can check and I can correct it, right? See, even it is not that your program should work. Whatever you did, you send it, okay? So that you'll have some learning, right? You can send that code. I can correct it and I will reply back. So here is the correct program. I don't think I have time to discuss this. Anyway, I will share this. If possible, the next class we will discuss. Okay. And I want you to go through these particular slides further. Right? See, I think in this short time we can do this. Do this exercise. See, there is a class birthday. Okay. This is the birthday class. Here you have to define the class youth birthday, which is a subclass of the class birthday. So how will you do that? I already wrote the code here. This is somewhat similar to that with a little difference. So what should you write here?
Class youth birthday extend to birthday.
Yeah, good. Class youth birthday extends birthday. Fine. Here what should I write? This is a constructor. So what should I write? Public
Youth birthday.
youth birthday. Good. Okay, make it fast. Here what should I write? We should call the super class. What should we write? What should we write? We should call the super class constructor. So what should we write?
Super dot.
Super, just super, that's all. Now super dot. Okay. Super will call the super class constructor, right? Clear? Here we should call the super class greeting method. So what should we write? Here we should call the super class greeting method. So what should I write? This is the greeting of the subclass, which is redefined. Here we should call the greeting of the super class. So what should I write? Try. Super. What? Super? Is it just? Please, yeah, come on. Super. See, super means we will call the constructor, but here we want to call the super class greeting method. So what should we write? Super dot greeting. Okay, super dot greeting, right? Fine. You please go through the further topics here, right? And one more thing, see, every day, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you'll have class at 10:30. There will not be any change in that. Sometimes it may be delayed for me to put it in the LMS or group, whatever it may be.